Welcome back to our channel, my Stoic friends. Today we will explore an interesting journey together, the journey to inner peace in a chaotic world. It is like a symphony of life, with high and low notes creating a melody of inner peace, an incredible stillness that I have found through Stoicism. What the curly-haired, long-bearded philosophers of old left behind is still valuable today, especially in helping us realize the truth about the world within and control our reactions. It is interesting to see that Stoicism is increasingly popular in the current era, and this is completely reasonable. However, sometimes Stoicism is misunderstood, labeled as only for young men who are obsessed with competition and material success. But the truth is, Stoicism knows no gender or age. It is a path for everyone. Anyone can grow by grasping its principles. For the Stoics, peace of mind is something we all yearn for. But how can we achieve this stillness? How can we achieve peace in a world that is spinning? We cannot find peace by running away from life, nor can we hide in a monastery or retreat to a peaceful garden like the ancient Romans. What we need is to face life with a calm mind and a strong heart, which Stoicism teaches us to practice every day. Join me on a journey to learn more about this secret. Now I want to share with you something very close to us: peace of mind. Sometimes in life, amidst the noise and chaos of the world, you feel like you're being swept away, right? As if everything around you is constantly weighing down on your shoulders, making it impossible for you to find true peace within yourself. But I want to tell you, you are not alone in this feeling. I understand you, and I have been in the same position as you. Today's world is constantly pushing us into a state of constant stress. From work, family, social relationships, expectations, external expectations, all of these things revolve around us like a never-ending storm. I am sure you have had times when you felt out of control, as if your mind was being dragged along by a stream of undefined thoughts. But let me tell you about ataraxia, peace of mind, a spiritual gift that you can absolutely hold on to, no matter how chaotic the world outside is. I don't just say this as a theoretical idea. I've actually experienced it. Like you, I've had days when everything seemed to be going wrong, when I thought that if I could just get away from it all, withdraw from this busy life, I would find peace. But you know what? That's not the solution. And this is what Stoic philosophy has helped me realize. The Stoics, like the philosopher Seneca, faced challenges far more severe than we do. Throughout his life, he was constantly confronted with the events of the times, with the noise of chaotic political and social life. And instead of running away from those things, Seneca taught us that peace of mind does not depend on running away, but on your ability to control your mind. Have you ever wondered how you can keep your mind calm amidst all the chaos? Imagine you are in the middle of a storm, everything is spinning around you, but inside you, a sense of peace is still present. That is ataraxia. A serenity that we can achieve when we learn to control our minds, when we stop letting the outside noise control our emotions and thoughts. I know you have times like that too. Times when you feel like you are being swept away by societal expectations, pressured to do more, to achieve more. But let me say this: true serenity does not come from what you achieve in the outside world, but from how you choose to respond to it. It is not easy, but it is absolutely possible if you really want to find peace within yourself. Remember the story of Seneca. He was faced with the chaotic sounds of life around him, from the noise of the city, the quarrels, to the constant pressure of work. But instead of letting himself be defeated by those elements, Seneca learned to separate them from his mind. He trained himself not to allow the outside world to intrude on his inner peace. This is what we need to learn. Not how to avoid difficulties, but how to remain calm in the midst of the storm. You know, I, like you, sometimes feel tired of life. There are days when I just want to give up everything, find a quiet place to hide from it all. But after taking some time to reflect, I realize that peace is not where you are, but how you face the challenges in life. Practicing Stoicism has helped me realize this and believe that you can do it too. So how do you start? Remind yourself that everything that happens around you is external, and what matters most is how you control your thoughts and reactions. You can't control everything that happens, but you can absolutely control how you perceive and react to it. Whenever you encounter a difficult situation, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth losing my peace? Another very accessible practice is to spend 10 minutes each evening reflecting. Reflect on what you did during the day and ask yourself, did I act rightly and courageously today? Or did I treat others fairly? These questions will help you check your actions and gradually help you improve yourself. Don't forget to write these thoughts down in your journal. It's a great way to track your progress. I want to emphasize that you have the power to change the way you approach the world, and that will bring you the peace you deserve. Start small, and you will find that peace will slowly creep into your mind. I believe in you, and if you find this helpful, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. The next thing I want to share with my resilient Stoic friends is silence. It sounds simple, but think about it. In a world that is always rushing, always demanding, how can we find peace for ourselves? Perhaps you are facing a lot of pressure, stress from all sides, and sometimes you feel like you are caught in that cycle and can't get out. I know the feeling, we've all been there. But why don't we stop for a moment? Slow down. Let me share with you a secret I learned from Stoicism, which thousands of years ago helped the ancients achieve peace of mind amidst the fierce challenges of life. It's called inner silence. I'm not talking about silence as in hiding in a remote place or a hermitage. I'm talking about inner silence, something you can absolutely cultivate in the midst of this hustle and bustle of life. It's the ability to keep your mind calm and steady, not letting the noise outside shake you. Think about it. Why do we let things outside, things that don't really matter, disrupt our lives and minds? Why do we let them rob us of the peace that is ours? The world will never stop spinning. Things don't stop just because you're tired or stressed, but you can choose how you react to that world. You absolutely can decide not to be swept away by that whirlwind. You can choose to master your emotions, choose to be calm and composed in the face of difficulties. Remember the words of Seneca, who lived in a time full of chaos and pressure, but he kept his mind calm and undisturbed. If he did it, I believe you can do it too. Believe in yourself. So challenge yourself. Ask yourself, do I have the courage to stop for a moment, to look deep into my mind and ask, what is truly important to me? If you dare to face this question, I believe you will find the answer in the most unexpected place, right inside yourself. And that is the calmness you need to weather the storms of life. I'm not here to lecture you. I'm speaking to you as a friend, someone who has gone through similar challenges and understands what you're facing. I want to encourage you to take a step back, look at your life, and start taking control of it, just like the Stoics did before us. This doesn't mean you run away from the world. It means you face it in a way you choose. And you absolutely deserve that peace. Are you ready? Let me know what's on your mind. Comment below if you're looking for inner peace and want to join us on this journey. And if you feel like what I'm sharing is touching your heart, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support is truly a great motivation for us to continue bringing meaningful content. You don't have to walk this path alone. My Stoic community and I are here to help you along the way. What I want to say next is, shh. The environment and friends you choose can determine who you are. Yes, the people you spend time with can be a source of inspiration, but they can also be a source of fatigue, anxiety, and disorientation. Have you ever noticed that when you are around people who are stressed out and complaining about life, your life starts to feel heavier? That's because their energy seeps into you like a silent storm hitting your peaceful shore. But you know what? You absolutely have a choice. You can choose who will accompany you on this journey of life. Choose the friends worth keeping in your life. The ones who can inspire you to be calm, balanced, understanding, and loving. Don't let other people drag you down, drag you into constant chaos. You deserve an environment that nurtures your inner values, an environment that helps you become strong and be calm. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You become like the people you spend time with." Can you feel it? If you spend time with people who complain, you will learn to complain. If you spend time with people who fight, you will learn to fight. But if you choose friends who share your values, who appreciate peace and quiet in life, you will find that you become more peaceful too. You don't need to be constantly busy to feel valuable. Imagine this. One day, you wake up and realize that you are no longer dragged into the chaos of life. You don't have to compete with others. You don't have to compete to prove you're good enough. You just have to be yourself. Choose people around you who help you stay true to your values, who make you feel peaceful and complete, no matter what life throws at you. I don't just want you to hear this. I want you to feel this. Do you dare to stand up and say, I will choose friends who help me become the best version of myself? Do you dare to clean up your environment, let go of relationships that take away your peace? You may think this is hard, but I believe you are strong enough to do it. You deserve a life where you are in charge, not others. I believe in you, but more importantly, you must believe in yourself. Don't let anyone or anything shake your peace. If you feel like what I'm saying, if you feel like it's time for a change, please comment below. Share your thoughts with me and this community. And if you find this helpful, please subscribe so we can continue this journey together. You don't have to do this alone. We're here to support each other. Remember, you deserve peace, and it's something you can achieve if you dare to choose it. In the modern world, there's something I'm sure we've all experienced, the feeling of being so busy that we're exhausted, but not feeling like we're accomplishing anything meaningful. Have you ever wondered why you're always busy but not feeling fulfilled? Why do you keep running after plans and schedules but still feel empty? This is what many people call busy idleness. A state where we get caught up in trivial things, but don't really understand their purpose. Nowadays, with the development of technology, especially social media, we can easily get caught up in an endless stream of information. Instead of using our time to do things that really matter to our lives, we often get sucked into things that do not bring lasting value. Have you ever picked up your phone just to scroll through a bit, but then spent an hour looking at other people's posts that did not bring anything useful? That is a typical example of aimless busyness. Looking back, we can see that people from ancient Rome also faced this problem. They did not have social media or modern technology, but they were still caught up in busy activities that did not really bring meaning. The philosopher Seneca, a Stoic, once criticized the meaningless busyness of many people in his society. He called it idle busyness. People who are always busy with daily tasks, but do not really achieve any specific purpose. Seneca said that instead of chasing after external things, people should focus on what is truly important to them. This is very true in modern life. We cannot control everything, but we can choose to focus on what is truly important. Being busy is not a bad thing, but if you do not know what you are busy with, you will only feel tired. What Seneca and the Stoics advise is that we live with purpose and plan. When you identify what is truly important to you, you will see more clearly the path you are on. You will no longer be swept away by the surrounding noise, social pressures, or meaningless things on social media. Instead, you'll spend your time and energy on things that really matter. Think about it. Are we letting things control us instead of taking control of our lives? Do you ever feel pressured to keep up with everything around you, from work to social media? Sometimes we feel like we have to do things just because everyone else is doing them. But the truth is, you don't have to live at everyone else's pace. You just have to live in a way that makes you feel comfortable and at peace. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to reflect on what really matters to you. Ask yourself, what really gives meaning to my life? What are you busy with? Is it really important? When you answer these questions, you will realize that instead of chasing after external things, you can completely focus on the true values inside yourself. And that is the key to finding peace and happiness in a chaotic world. We need to remember that being busy is not a destination, but a tool to achieve something more meaningful. Don't let being busy make you forget what is truly important in life. And now let's reflect on one of the biggest burdens that modern life has placed on our shoulders. That is, possessions and material things. Have you ever felt that the more things you have, the more tired and worried you feel? Every time you buy a new item, you initially feel happy. But then you worry about keeping it, using it, and even losing it. This is one of the great problems that Stoic philosophy pointed out over 2,000 years ago, and it is still true today. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno, is a clear example of letting go of possessions to find spiritual liberation. He was a wealthy merchant who owned many possessions, but one day they all disappeared in a shipwreck. Many people would see this as a tragedy and irreparable loss. But Zeno, instead of despairing, saw this as a gift from fate. Why? Because it freed him from attachment to material things, allowing him to focus on the true values of life, something that no possession can buy, which is understanding of oneself and the world. Think about this in a modern context. We live in a society where the possession of possessions is seen as a measure of success. People try to buy bigger houses, more expensive cars, more fashionable clothes, but when they have all these things, are they really happier? Or are they just more psychological and financial burdens? Imagine you own a big, beautiful house. At first you feel proud because it is your own achievement, but then what? You have to maintain it, worry about depreciation, pay off bank loans and insurance costs. Gradually, you will realize that the house, instead of being a source of joy, has become a kind of burden. It takes away your freedom. This is why Stoic philosophy advises us to focus on living a simpler life and having fewer worries. When you let go of material things, you free your mind from unnecessary worries, and that is when you begin to feel true peace. Let's take another example from everyday life. Have you ever bought a new phone just because everyone around you has the latest model? Only to feel disappointed after a short time when it quickly becomes outdated. This mentality is the result of being too attached to material possessions, which causes you to constantly pursue things that do not bring lasting satisfaction. Stoicism reminds us that happiness does not come from having more, but from knowing enough, from being satisfied with what you have. Zeno understood that possessions are just tools, not the ultimate goal of life. When he lost everything, he did not lose faith in his own worth. This teaches us that true wealth lies in how we think and act, not in what we own. If we can control our greed, know enough, and not get caught up in the vortex of material things, then that is when we find peace. The liberation that Zeno found in Stoic philosophy was not just about letting go of material things, but also about focusing on spiritual values. He realized that inner peace is the most valuable thing, and that is a lesson that we can apply in modern life. Instead of letting possessions control your life, use them as tools for personal development, and most importantly, let go of unnecessary things to find freedom and peace of mind. The last thing I want to say here is to think of philosophy as a tool for everyday life. It sounds complicated, but it is actually very simple. Philosophy, especially Stoicism, is not just old books on the shelf, full of dry theories. It is profound lessons, easy to apply to our real life. Think of it as a tool, like a hammer or a saw, that we can take out every day to fix things that are happening around us. Sometimes it is the feeling of anxiety when we are caught up in work, or sometimes we find ourselves comparing ourselves to others and feeling that we are not good enough. This is where philosophy comes in. It reminds us that things may not be in our control, and that the most important thing is to keep our mind at peace. In the past, philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius also used philosophy as a tool to face challenges. They did not retreat or run away from complex problems, but used philosophy to help them stay grounded. And this is still true in modern times. Today, Stoic philosophy helps us learn how to deal with work pressure, social expectations, or even feeling lost in the crowd. When we take a moment each day to reflect on these things, we not only cultivate calmness, but also become stronger on the path of virtue. Philosophy is not something far away, it is something very close to life. Final words. I want to end by encouraging you not only to stop at reading and contemplating, but to turn that knowledge into practical action. Using Stoicism will not only help you develop yourself, but also change the way you see life and the world around you. You don't have to be a great philosopher, just have the heart to learn and practice. Everything will become better. I look forward to hearing your stories about this journey. Leave a comment, share your thoughts on these suggestions, and don't hesitate to practice today. Thank you for listening, and remember, your happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. See you next time, and keep living well.